Welcome to sewing a paper garland. The materials you're going to need are some form of shape. These are die-cut circles out of about 160 GSM paper, so it's about 2 or 3 printer sheets of paper thick. This is colored paper, these stars, but they're a little bit thinner. They're more like 2 sheets thick. With the stars, we're just going to sew them straight together. They're in various sizes, so you'll see that they actually look good on the string together. With the circles, we're going to sew several of them on top of each other to make a shape later on by folding it out. You will also need a sewing machine. This is a tiny portable one I bought off of Amazon. Very easy, very simple, perfect for this. If you have a hand sewer, that would also work. So I'm going to use 3 pieces at a time. For the balls, you simply take it, press it under the foot, and sew through while gently pulling the rest of the garland that's been created. When you're starting, you just make sure that you have about a finger's length of thread out in front so that you can use that to tie the garland. And you simply push them through and sew directly down the center. And then each time I add in 3. You can make more so that your balls have more pieces, but the thicker your paper is, the harder it might be for your sewing machine depending on how capable it is of getting through that. So just 3 by 3, push them through, gently pulling the garland out the back. And you can see that by leaving space, they will also turn and rotate and catch the light and things like this. It looks really nice. You can sew them one next to the other if you prefer, particularly if you're taping it to a wall or using it as a larger piece of decoration. You can do that as well. We'll do something slightly more like that with the stars at the end. Again, it's just as simple as selecting those 3 pieces, pushing them through underneath the foot as you pull the garland out the back. You can see it's very, very easy. You don't need any special thread. Whatever you've got lying around, you can change the color if that will add to it. And these will eventually just go on my tree. Here's a close-up view so you can see exactly how this is going through. Put them in under the foot, push through, watching your fingers while gently pulling out the back. I tend to count the number of stitches the machine makes so that I have a reasonably consistent distance between each of these pieces. So here I think I've given it about 10 or 12. As soon as it comes out the back, I can start counting down to make sure that that's pretty even. Now that we've got that technique down, let's speed it up so we can get straight through to the end. Once you've reached the very last one, what you want to do is make sure that you have enough thread left over at the end so that you can tie it or attach it somehow, whether you're hanging it on a tree or attaching it to the wall or a banister or something. You want to make sure there's enough string left on that end. So just go ahead and sewing that out, make a couple more stitches there. More is always better. And then you can just cut that off so that it just stays together. Now you can see how many we've got here. There are about 30 or so of these. And you just need to go through one by one and fold out the flaps that have been created by stitching down the center. The number of flaps you have will be related to the number that you sewed together. In this case, there are 3 pieces of paper, and I sewed them together, so there will be 6 flaps. So you just go ahead and grab the edge pieces and press them out each way, and you get this nice little ball shape. And you just go ahead and repeat that again and again on each of the sections that you sewed together. And you can see here it doesn't really matter so much that they weren't perfectly aligned. They just all pull out equally as fine. And if your card doesn't hold out together, just give it a little press to make that fold quite secure.